All right, we got Jason here from VSC, formerly Vitalik, Smart Gas, now Vector on the Crypto Kingdom 78, YouTube channel, but we are recording live here on Telegram so he can explain his project the best way. If anybody else wants to speak, he'll let me know, and he's going to screen share to let everybody know where we're at, just so I know as well, because I get a lot of questions about the project since I think I initially showed it around 350K market cap, give or take. So we've come a long way from there. So we'll let Jason take it away and screen share and just show the website and where we're at and where we're going. All right, let's go.
Yeah, appreciate you having us here. My name is Jason Ansel. I'm the co-founder of VSC. VSG is our official coin for our native one blockchain, which is VSC. Both are recognized as Vector now. So we have Vector Smart Gas, which is our coin, and then Vector Smart Chain, which is our layer one solution. We have a lot going on. Kind of all over the place. We've been over the past several months building and putting together not only a blockchain, but also building a ecosystem based around that. And we have a lot of ambitious goals and direction that we're taking. So a lot of people who may not be familiar with our project, are some of our key selling points on the side of the coin is that it is hyperdeflationary. We have a model that's being built into our layer one blockchain that takes portions of transactions and actually burns those fees. We have a $4 flat rate fee on our chain, which is a feat that we've been able to accomplish, overcoming variable gas rates and developing the first blockchain with a flat rate gas fee and a non-variable rate, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, $1 of every transaction that takes place on that chain is going to burning the tokens, which is, taking down supply, driving up scarcity, and driving away availability. So it creates price action and a variety of other things, and we've built this looking towards the model that we want to have running with our mainnet. So a lot of thought has gone into what we wanted to do with the token as far as that. So we've decided to implement that hyper deflationary burn model right into the blockchain. Right now, I think we're sitting at around 14 or $15 million market cap. We did, as Crypto Kingdom mentioned, just go through a rebranding phase. Originally, we were building a layer 2 solution that was built on top of Ethereum. We had the name Vitalik Smart Chain, Vitalik Smart Gas. And, along the way, we've broadened our horizons and expanded our team and our capabilities. And, with a fluid kind of roadmap that we've been working with, we've transitioned from rolling out a layer 2 and then into the development stage of an actual layer 1. And that's geared a lot around towards the kind of market that we want to go after. We want to do a lot of stuff in the RWA, DPIN, and enterprise area. We're very limited with the layer 2 as far as scalability and things to reach those kind of sectors. And we had some other limitations also with the development of the flat rate gas fee, getting that to work on a layer 2, and it was quite challenging. So we made the transition and just kind of went head in on everything. And for the past several months, we've been kind of banging away at it in the back end, and our development team has grown. We have some really strong back-end developers that have come on. So we were able to solve these problems, that we wanted to solve. So we've figured out the flat rate gas fee and have implemented that now into the development. We have our public test net actually that's up, and the gas fees running on there, so people can use the test net and see how it works and things like that. But yeah, there's some other really, really unique features as far as the chain goes in the development end of things that I can't really let out right now because it hasn't become public knowledge. But the thing that I see going on through this entire development stage was kind of, we spent several months putting all the pieces together and getting everything to work, and now we've already started expanding and building on top of that and solving more problems, not just variable gas fees, but other ones that are major achievements in the blockchain space. And I think it's going to do really well. Some of the key features, again, with the moving a little bit towards the chain, is we have that non-variable gas fee. We have interoperability between both EVM and Cosmos, which adds a layer of uniqueness to us as well. People from both ecosystems are going to be able to participate on our chain in a variety of ways, and there's going to be that interoperability between the two, and that's going to showcase itself in some of our in-house dApp development and other things that we have going on. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, we migrated the token a few weeks ago to a new contract. We've got that out. We had a successful IEO with CoinStore during that launch phase. That went really well. That has since led to another CX listing, which is with a tier 1 exchange called Ascendex. So we're trading on Ascendex as well now, as well with that new contract and the new branding and visibility of the name Vector. So very, very pleased with that whole transition period. And, now that we have the actual product out there, we have the test net is there. Myself, actually, I've started deploying some of our dApps and things on there. We have our DEX has been deployed on there and tested. We're in the phase of adding some token listings and things to that so people can start using that. We have an IDO factory, so there's a token launch pad essentially, token lockers, investing. I have a yield staking platform that's coming out later this week on there as well. So we started that on-chain testing phase and getting people, excited about the coming of the mainnet. So we've moved from, pushing this token for the last several months and being concerned what the charts are doing and all that kind of stuff while all the development's been going on in the background. Now that we're ending that whole development period, we're moving towards really starting to pushing marketing efforts and strategies for onboarding people onto the public test net. So we're rolling out a few different hackathons and bug bounty programs and things like that are coming up as well. Anybody that's looking for information about anything that's going on, just because we have so much, the best place that you can do that's actually in our Telegram channel, t.me/VSG portal. That will get you in there with our community. There's over 6,000 members in there now. So that's another great accomplishment that we've had recently. Our community has grown substantially since our relaunch. I think before we had around 4,000 in that channel. So, that's about a 50% increase in just about a week and a bit. So it's exciting to see, that everybody's kind of taking to the new branding and getting excited for the chain coming out, and it's a huge transition period for us. I feel like that we just underwent, and now that we're starting out with Vector and the new brand and identity, that's giving us an opportunity, to kind of come out from the starting gate, but with a lot more knowledge and a stronger team behind us, and stronger community, larger presence online. whether it's in the socials of Twitter, Reddit, or whatever. VSG and Vector is very, very present there in the crypto communities. But we also have PR companies and media firms and things like that that have been starting to showcase a lot of accomplishments that we've been doing and things. So the spreading of the word of vectors is started, and it's a super exciting time for us. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit of a summary of what's been going on recently. I will take you through just a little bit of some of the content that we have available here. So right now, what you're seeing on the screen is VSG Official. That is the official website for VSG Smart Gas, which is our native coin. Currently, that's an ERC20 token contract that's deployed on Ethereum. So you can trade that on basically any EVM wallet. But we also have our pools in Uniswap. So if you go to Uniswap, you can trade on there. We also have listings with CoinStore and with the Sendex. So if you're looking for exchange platforms to trade on, those are two that we are currently listed on. We do have some more that are in the works, and we're in discussions with. So I expect that we will be expanding our CX listings very soon. But yeah, this is our gas token website. In the menu, you can easily navigate. We have our links for our scans, so you can go and check out our contract, look at recent transactions, see about the supply and holders, all that kind of stuff. We have a white paper. It's pretty extensive. I will open it up again in a couple of minutes. But that's available on our website. Our CX listings are here as well in the menu, and the DEX exchange listings. We do have a partnership with a company called Swap and Go. You can do spot and limit trading on there. So it's Swap and Go Exchange. The link's up on the website. Obviously, a bunch of charting platforms and things that we're on. We are listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. We've recently had our old listing pages updated, so there was a bit of a transition period there in itself. And some of the prices were going all out of whack when they were updating the APIs and things. That stuff's all sorted now. All the new textual information, the updated links and everything like that are on those pages now on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Here we also have some links for our testnet. I did publish an article a couple days ago about how to connect to the testnet. We have our Explorer there, some of the dApps that are available, and our faucet actually should be ready, I think, in the next day or two. Some links to our socials and a quick trade button that will take you right to, I believe, Uniswap to trade the token. But yeah, I'll get into a little bit of content. There's a lot of redundancy in things we say, right? Because a lot of people have built blockchains or layer ones or layer twos or threes or roll-ups, whatever the case is. There was quite a little bit of time, I think, recently where we've seen a lot of people trying to put out platforms that just weren't really succeeding or weren't going to have success from kind of the beginning, just because of some of the concepts and things. We're using a wide variety of concepts with this model. We have three main areas, basically, pardon me, that we are looking at segmenting. So we have the traditional crypto DeFi space, which would be your lending platforms, yield staking, NFT marketplaces, whatever the case is, your DEXs and all that kind of stuff. where you trade tokens, all the stuff that we're very familiar with in the crypto world and kind of use on a daily basis. But then we also have, my background. I worked a lot in the entertainment industry. I have a lot of networking connections and things like that from people that I've learned or got to know over a long period of time. So, I have a strong passion for music and television and film and things. So I really wanted to put together a product that could be utilized as for like a delivery method, basically, for media content. So whether that's streaming radio platforms, streaming video, movies, social engagements, whatever the case is. I see a huge potential for integration on that with on-chain development and DApp integration and things. So that's one main area that we are looking at, which is going to stand out a little bit and keep us a little bit different from other products and projects that have been out there. And then we have, quite a new kind of space that has a lot of buzz around it. A lot of people are talking about it, but to be honest, I haven't really seen anybody really doing anything. So we've like I've myself, I had a company previously with a few different partners based out of Toronto, and we were looking at developing strategies of tokenizing assets and onboarding businesses into blockchain and looking at all the different kind of access points that we could create for them to be able to do that, right? So I spent a lot of time and thought and basically sweat, into coming up with a strategy that's going to work and be viable for that one particular sector, which is the RWAs. And then, now we have things like DPIN and Enterprise. And DPIN is projected to be probably the largest growing space in blockchain and crypto over the next couple of years. There's huge gaps over there. I was recently even at a conference, and it was a sort of half blockchain conference, half tech conference. And at the time, I didn't really know, right, that it was two different conferences. I thought I was just at a blockchain conference because all the businesses made sense to me, right? But I went around the floor and I was talking to the business owners and things, and they looking at their products. They all have all these AI integration and eSIM and networking and the communications and all kinds of stuff that kind of I say what are you doing with blockchain? How is this business involved with blockchain, right? And none of them are, which is mind-boggling to me, because these people are literally setting up networks all over the place, right? And they're using tools that communicate with each other. And you look at blockchain and the way it operates and node structure and and you pull it all apart, and then these things are so similar that it doesn't make sense that they're not integrated. So that's a huge space that I'm going after, and the enterprise came about speaking with a few different individuals that are adopting with very large corporations that are kind of starting to adopt very simple strategies, kind of just dipping their toe in the blockchain space to see how it works. But that sparked a lot of idea in me, and it sparked a lot of things that I see that can be done, and the integrations that can be done. And I like to reverse engineer things. So if I'm looking at a car, for instance, I think about all the different things that a car does, it travels, what parts move, all the different things that it does. And then you disassemble a car and it's in 1,000 different parts, and where did all those parts come from, and how did they get there? And just you pull businesses apart like that, and you kind of get an infographic in your brain, you know, and you can see like, okay, well, maybe this would be a good place to tokenize things, you know. Maybe this is like, hey, this make things a lot easier and faster and more transparent. And you know, there's so many solutions that blockchain can do for certain types of business, and it's about adopting them, right, and catering to them. Now currently we have like, I also look at like things like, why hasn't corporations and these enterprise businesses got involved yet? Why has it taken so long? Like, we've been out here for over a decade, maybe 2 decades, you know, talking about the capabilities of blockchain and different things. And, you know, it seems like there's a little bit of a disconnect somewhere, right? So it's like just figuring out where that disconnect was. And it kind of, like I said, it's sparked a thing in my brain, and I kind of got to figure it out, right? And the problem lies where you have like Ethereum, for example, with high gas fees, right? That are variable, they're constantly changing. When people are operating businesses of large scale, there's a lot of accountability. There's, you know, every I and T is dotted and crossed, and things are audited and looked at over and over and over and over again just to make sure they're accurate, right? Uh, when you look at the crypto trading space and how it operates, like if I go to do a transaction on Ethereum, it could cost me $10 today. Later tonight, it could cost me $5. In the morning, it could cost me $26, you know? And when you're at a business that's operating 24 hours a day worldwide, it is impossible to utilize a tool like that to operate. So us coming up with this flat rate gas structure and the non-variable fee rate is the spark in the brain, right? That says like, okay, well, now we just got rid of that, you know, unpredictability of like what my costs are going to be or what my overhead's going to be. And that solves a huge problem already, right? So it's like, now we got that out of the way. Now we can start entering into that kind of space, right? And start having conversations, because now we can build out of the box solutions and products, because we're layer one and we're not building on top of an existing structure. We're building something from scratch that's our own. It's adoptable, it's adaptable. We have the ability to, you know, if a business comes and says, hey, this is the thing that we really need to do, we can figure out how to do it. And we have the delivery method and the product to be able to do that on, right? So that's a huge area that we're getting into. We have a little bit of information about that stuff on the site. We talk a little bit about the hyperdeflationary model. You know, one thing I haven't mentioned is like the financial inclusion. It's always been a huge passion of mine, you know, to onboard new people into the space and, you know, kind of give people a little bit of guidance too on things and how they work, and, you know, how to do things safely around. And I've looked like over so long, right? It's like my biggest hurdle that I have as an investor and a trader is, how do I onboard, right? And how do I offboard? And then when I ask people, it's like they have a way to do it, but because they live in the UK or they're in Europe somewhere, they have access to these things. And everything is so geographically separate in crypto. So we have rules and regulations that are all separate, you know, geographically, depending on where you live. In the States, even, it's like state to state has their own different rules. And so like countries have their rules, local places also have their rules in place, you know. And it's, as a broad project that's trying to appeal to the masses worldwide, you know, there's a lot that we have to consider in the fact, you know, a lot of people don't have access to things. They don't have access to normal bank accounts. They don't have access to Cash App. I don't have it. I'm in Canada. We don't have Cash App. I can't just say, hey, can you send me $20 on my Cash App? Because I don't have it, right? These tools aren't available everywhere, right? So what we want to do is create a platform that has these tools that are available, and they are there 24 hours a day. And it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you'll be able to operate on them and trade, whether it's in a peer-to-peer manner, a semi-centralized manner, or a totally decentralized manner. Whatever the case is, we want to create fast, secure transactions for people that can transact worldwide. So just to give an example, I had a previous conversation with some officials in the Philippines, around some energy problems and things that they had going on there, and they were looking for some applications to do an alerting system and things. And then I started looking at that, and I was like, after talking with them and realizing, excuse me, a lot of the people there, they don't pay their own bills. They have family that lives abroad that pays their bills, right? So, we're thinking about all these different types of things, and like, if we can give the ability to somebody in Canada to pay a bill for a family member that's in the Philippines, without having to go to a Western Union or some sort of wire transfer platform or things, that if we made it easier for them to do it, they will use it, right? So that's a huge thing that we're looking at. Again, on the site, we have some stuff about decentralized finance. So that goes back to the tools like your exchange platforms, indexes, yield farming, maybe loan platforms, whatever the case. There's so many different financial tools that be available on chain, right? And again, that traditional token exchanging, like everybody loves a good meme coin. So, we'll have tokens that will be traded back and forth on the chain, and other utility projects are also obviously going to come and launch with us. I expect a lot of people, even myself, like I know a lot of developers that build multi-chain platforms. I expect to see a lot of that type of deployment and things on the chain as well. And then we also have some stuff about e-commerce. We've looked at things like Ship, for example, did in the past, trying to create partnerships with like AMC and different types of individual vendors, right? To kind of make it like bullish, like, hey, you can go to a movie with a Ship token, or whatever the concept was, right? We want to build platforms like, like an Amazon, that you can go and you can pay in crypto and have things shipped to your house. Like we have a broad vision of the use case and the usability for the token. We're not limiting ourselves to just having it be the transactional token and utilized for gas. We also want it to be used for transacting. So e-commerce is something I think that everybody experiences over the past however many years it's been around. From time to time, I'm sure every single one of us buys things online. So if we can make that accessibility to the crypto space, that's something that we're looking at. So just a little bit more of what we have on the actual website. Speak a little bit about on-chain transactions. So, again, we have that $4 flat rate transaction fee. That is basically the fee that it costs to transact on our chain. We've built an entire ecosystem around that. So we have the $1 that goes to the hyperdeflationary method for the token, or coin, sorry, that is going to be burning. There's other additional Oracle pools that are for some of the reward programs and things that we have in our community. There's pools set up there for further development and marketing and that kind of thing, and a bit of a surplus that's left over to kind of balance everything out depending on what type of transactions numbers we're doing daily. We get a lot of talk about this in our community. A lot of us have different opinions. Some people like to keep, the projections a little low and think what we would be doing at about 10,000 transactions per day. I look a little higher. I saw a meme coin the other day did like 10,000 transactions in about 4 hours. So, I see light at the end of the tunnel. I would like to see us doing around 300 to 500,000 transactions a day. So you can imagine if we are doing that type of number, and we're putting $1 to the deflationary method, that's, $300 to $500,000 of coin that we'll be burning on a consistent basis with that type of traffic. Yeah, even if it's 10,000 transactions, we'd be burning $10,000. So either way, it's going to be a very healthy and rewarding ecosystem. I think that we've built around that. Some people ask why we came up with the $4 fee. The $4 fee is very well thought out. We don't want to be too cheap where we're just getting tons of garbage deployed on our chain. We do want to have some sort of, a little bit of credibility when it comes to the types of projects that are launching and things. And, we are going to have a lot of not so much gatekeeping, but, to get things like listed on the decks or placements in certain things or whatever, we're going to have some sort of vetting stage that people have to go through. So the projects and things that are listed, we have gone and done a little bit of due diligence that we can with those. So there's a lot of everything has so many different steps to it. But yeah, we've been strategizing now since last December. So we're looking at every single angle when we go. Another thing that's on the website is the cross-border payments. So again, that goes back to what I was talking about with people, operating businesses worldwide. Say if I'm in the U.S. and I have a manufacturer that I use in Europe, he's in euros, I'm in US dollars. The currencies are different, the time zones are different. So maybe when I need to send my money, he's not awake, or whatever the case is. There's the ability now to transact 24 hours a day seamlessly. Everything is on ledger, it's all recorded, it's all transparent. There's also private networks and things that are able to roll out with us, that they'll be able to do their business transactions back and forth with their daily business routines. And then also little things like, again, like somebody in Canada, say, for instance, paying a bill back in the Philippines, right? So there's ability to be able to transact and do business and do peer-to-peer transactions as well, 24 hours a day worldwide, right? Which is the main point of that. And then again, back to a little bit of the DeFi stuff, which I think a lot of us are familiar with. Our vision is to, our vision is on the website, right? But our vision grows daily. Like we get feedback, or we have conversations with people or meetings, and then we take it back to the table, and we kind of go with this fluidness, right? We're very much in that development period where we have the capability, to, if we need to update or make changes to make certain things available or capable, again, we're able to do that. But yeah, our vision on the website, as it states, is to create a secure, efficient, and inclusive financial ecosystem that leverages the power of blockchain technology to provide accessible and affordable financial services to everyone, regardless of their geographic location or economic status. By addressing key issues such as high transaction fees, scalability, security, and financial inclusivity, VSG aims to drive widespread adoption of decentralized finance and digital transactions. So with that, we have, again, like, there's different economic structures all over the world, right? I've been in crypto a long time, and I have to tell you that 2 out of 3 people that I speak with are from third world countries or like African countries or Indo-Asian countries that there's not very strong economies, and these people are really struggling day to day. And trading crypto gives them ability, sometimes to have hope for creating wealth for themselves, in their own economic status. So we see it happen on various chains, where you have people are very happy with taking $5 profits, and it makes a difference for them in their day-to-day life. So if we can create a product, that's going to be available for them and usable for them and make sense economically, we can drive real change, like economically, like worldwide in different places. And we want to see this kind of stuff happen, right? Again, like I referenced the Cash App. Like Cash App, look what they do, right? Like you can literally send money peer to peer all over the states, right? And within seconds, and like just by a username or whatever, right? But not everybody has access to that. Like not everybody has a bank account. Like we don't have, like I'm saying, geographically, we don't have Cash App, period. But even in the States, right, there's people that don't have bank accounts. Maybe they have like lost their IDs, or they've had issues in their lives, or whatever the case is. There's a lot of people going through a struggle, like a real struggle, all over the world, right? And they don't have these things. As much as we take them for granted, there's a very large portion of people that don't operate with banks. They don't have the ability to send money back and forth to people, or stuff like that, or they can't access media or content, or like, so it's like there's a lot that we can utilize the chain as a delivery method for. And that's kind of like how I look at the entire project, right? Is that like we built this layer one, right? I call it a delivery platform because that's what it is, right? We want people to be able to come and build on top of it and scale it out and build on top of that scaling, and just make something, like make a cool new product, make a protocol that solves a problem, whatever it is. Like we want to create a delivery method for it, right? So that's kind of some of the stuff that I get into a little bit on the website. We do have links to our white paper, and we have a blog here. So some of our latest announcements. One of our latest ones is about the DEX deploying on the testnet. That we are adding some listings and things like that. That's going to go on there shortly. Recent partnership announcement with Victus Capital. We have a $1 million commitment from them. So that's very exciting, and we're able to access a lot of their existing network and partnerships and things. So yeah, this is where you can come and get a lot of the information. We have guides on here also. So there's step-by-step guide here for connecting to testnet. There's guides on how to buy the token. Here are some of our partners that we feature, obviously, as well. On the website, there's links to join our community and to trade. And again, a lot of our links are here in the menu. And we have our contact information in that there as well. So that's a little bit of the website. It is going to become more in depth. There's so much content, to be honest, that has to get added to it. We do have our blockchain website is in development. So that's going to be going up live soon as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the site.
Okay, sounds good. My current questions are: when does the burn stop? What happens to the ETH and USDT pairings since it's an L1, the vector becomes the gas token, I guess. I just want to see what happens to the ETH pairing. Does it stay going? Other question, you can probably answer one and remember what I asked. Does the vector, once the L1 starts, so the actual vector token, is that starting at a certain market cap? And for projects like that I'm working with and on myself, like Squid Network, is the $4 gas kind of flat across the board for any projects that are onboarding once the vector L1 chain has begun? That's just a quick summary of my questions that I had even before you started. So
Yeah, so just a little bit about that. The burn. So yeah, first the burn mechanism. That obviously we want to go on as long as possible. At some point, depending on how high we go, it's going to be very hard, even using that much cash flow, to actually secure a certain amount of tokens to make it viable. So we are eventually going to hit a limit, right? As you can imagine, if we're doing 300,000 transactions a day for a month long, that's a lot of burning that's going to be going on a regular period, and then at some point, it just becomes unfeasible financially. It won't make sense financially. At that time, I think we would have burnt off enough of the supply, to satisfy what we wanted to accomplish. We'll come up with another strategy around that then, but then we can take that pool, that Oracle pool, and just redistribute those fees somewhere else. So whether that's for liquidity provision or other programs, maybe grant programs or something, depends what we put together, So there's the ability, to transition that pool and utilize it for something additional. And then the second was about the bridging structure. So I want to tell you guys, okay, but I would be, we call it in the community spilling beans. I don't want to spill the beans around some of the bridging features and capability. But what I can tell you is the ETH pair will be on ETH. There will be a bridging process for you to bridge over to our chain, and the token on the chain will have its own liquidity provision and things like that on our side. But I don't want to get too much into the process of it, but it is some groundbreaking stuff that we've been able to accomplish in that regard too. So there's that. And then sorry, what was the last question?
well, I actually said gas for the last one, but I meant, is there any restrictions for tokens projects? I mean, other than, we got to look at them and approve them to make sure they're good people that don't have 5 cents and, they actually have money to promote them, so you don't get garbage like BSC, with 1 million launches a day, and Solana's getting the same problem now. The $4 gas, I suppose, is across the board for everybody, but is there going to be any limitations on because they're making a contract, right, on your L1 chain? Is there any limitations within your chain, like for the contracts? Like, are you able to do anything with the contracts? Like, 10% tax, 8% rewards? Like, is your chain like set up to be able to handle any type of contract?
Yeah, so I've actually already deployed a tax token contract, which is basically has a dividend tracker built into it. That's working. So yeah, there's, you're going to be able to. This is a great thing about what we're putting together. We have, the capability of catering to your traditional EVM platforms, right? Which is all these chains that everybody knows about: Ethereum, Polygon, Binance. We have Base now, right? Like all of these are built on that EVM structure, right? So anything that you see on these other chains can deploy on our chain, like no issue at all. But because we have this interoperability with the Cosmos, right, we have a lot more potential in that regard. We have projects that are going to be able to come over from that whole ecosystem and start developing on our chain as well, and creating products now we're creating a space for people to come and develop products that are inoperable on both platforms, right? So it's like the stuff that's traditionally out there is going to come, but then we're also going to see, you know, new development and new innovation happen as far as the on-chain development goes. So that's going to be exciting, right? And you know, the $4 flat rate that's what it is. Like if I want to deploy something on Ethereum, they charge you a deployment fee, right? Like there's like higher fees. Like they have all these different types of fees like everywhere, right? No matter what you do on our chain, it's going to be $4. So it's like if you're deploying the contract or if you're buying the tokens, you know, it's the same price. And it's going to be like that. And I think that's going to create a much healthier ecosystem and create more usability for everybody. As far as like the trading aspect of it, like people are going to be able to calculate how much their investments are in and out. It's going to make things a lot easier and streamline things in that kind of process. You know, we have developers who are, you know, can't afford to deploy on Ethereum are going to be able to deploy with us, you know, and we've seen like chains like Base, for example, roll out and how they kind of just blow up, you know, when they get a few decent token launches go on the chain and everybody just starts deploying contracts on there, right? But around like the whole kind of deployment side, like I've spoken to the security team over at Coinbase and other people, and you know there's nothing really that we can do about stopping deployments, right? Like once you have your chain running and it's operating, you know that's kind of what it's there for, right? Is for people to deploy and use it. So where we can limit things, you know, is like with having our own DEX that's deployed and controlling which tokens are listed on there. So you have to go through some sort of request process to be able to get your project listed or meet certain requirements to have your project featured on different platforms or dApps or whatever that we're kind of controlling through our browser, through our wallet, and other things that are going to be integrated into the chain. So there's a lot of you know, things that we can put in place. There's other educational aspects that we're going to be doing in regard to that. But as far as the price structure and things like that go, $4 is $4. It's going to be $4. No matter what, if you're deploying a contract or like I said, or buying a token. When we're looking at the private networks and things in the enterprise space, it's a little bit different where because we're able to have that non-variable rate, we're also able to bulk transactions. The way we have our Oracle pools set up for some balanced distribution and things with validation, we're able to kind of offset some of the usability for the maybe the layer twos or private networks that are out through that enterprise space. But you can imagine, right? Like if we have a Walmart, you know, that is doing like billions of transactions, like even giving them transactions at a fractional rate is still driving transactions and the ecosystem through the roof, right? So we're creating something that's going to be able to, you know, not only be used like in a traditional manner, but also scale into these different areas and but utilizing the same coin and the same tax structure or transaction structure and the same pools, and you know, so it's quite the undertaking that these guys that are on our development team that have started putting all this kind of stuff together. But yeah, it's looking super bright for the future for us.
So we can restrict them on the decks though, because if you have the main decks yourself, rather than you know, most of these other chains like AVAX and all that, it's not necessarily the token owner, the gas token owner who's running the decks. It's other parties running the decks on most L1 and L2. So
Yeah.
yes, people can deploy and go crazy, but I'm sure you can restrict them somehow. Like if your DEX is the only way to trade Vector for another token, they don't necessarily get on there, right?
Well, yeah. So here, just on the screen right now, I'll just show you a little bit. I don't know if I really want to log in because I might have to dox my wallet. But this is vscdex.io. We have our own multi-chain DEX. We already have contracts that are deployed on Ethereum, Chronos, BSC, Shibarium, Polygon, and Avalanche. Most recently, we've added our testnet on here. So you can actually just come to the DEX, connect with what chain you want to connect with. We have the Coinbase wallet and MetaMask already integrated, and of course the Wallet Connect as well. So super easy to get on here. I think I just might not be logged in my MetaMask, so just give me 1 minute while that logs in. But we have our own DEX and the ability to control all types of aspects of it, right? So we have obviously control for the fees that are there for each chain. We have control of the listings that go on each of those chains, which ones we want to decide to feature. You know, if there's need to hide various pools or something like that, we can also control that as well. So it gives us a lot of ability here. I've connected now. I know that you guys can't see the MetaMask window when it pops up, so I love that part of the security there. But right now we're actually connected to the testnet. You know, you can come, and I don't have any testnet tokens in this wallet, so it's not showing any. But you can come here and you'll be able to trade on the testnet here. If you want to change chains, you can just simply change, and it'll change over. Just 1 second. I'm just opening my MetaMask. MetaMask is so slow lately. Can't wait till we have our VSC wallet ready. That's another huge development that we've been working on. You know, is we have this idea surrounding the type of wallet that we want to provide for people. So that's something we're looking at. You know, is creating something that we can deliver content through and make easy for users as well. And then I'll just show you. We do have also our testnet explorer is also up. Links for all this stuff is on our website. Here you can come and see some of the recent transactions and things like that, token contracts. So let me see. Actually, I'll just connect back to this testnet. I'll get a contract in here. Oh, maybe I got logged out of my MetaMask. Yeah, this so all the deployments are listed here. You know, this is strictly for testnet tool. You can come and see the transactions that are taking place. We have some groups in our Telegram channel of people that have been helping us do some bulk transactions and things, sending tokens back and forth to wallets, giving us feedback on the different types of wallets and things, and that's been extremely helpful. So now we're transitioning to this phase where we're putting these. I think because I'm streaming the video, it's not letting me connect in my MetaMask. It's pretty funny. The putting the dApps on the front end of the testnet now. So we're starting to get people utilizing the different DeFi platforms and things that we have on there, and moving towards that. So yeah, we have that. And then again, this is our white paper. The link's on our website, vsgofficial.com. It's all broken down into all the different categories. It is extremely lengthily, so I hope that you do have a little bit of time when you do attempt to sit and go through. There is a little bit of redundancy in some sectors and things that overlap with regard to the way that we've set up this ecosystem and stuff. But yeah, it's very thorough. A lot of people have been very pleased with that document and how it's been put together. Yeah, and our socials we have here. Our main Twitter account is Vector Coin, x.com/VECTORCOIN. That's our official Twitter account. Make sure that you go and follow that. We do post on there regularly. We have a bunch of people that are also very well known in the space, helping push us through the social channels. It's funny, I'll give you just open up this picture. We do also sponsor a race car here. So this is our VSG crypto race car. We had it's the piloted, I guess you could say, by our other co-founder Whitaker, who's likes racing and stuff. So he's he's out there on the track on the weekends and flying our flag for us. This is some news that we've had recently when our ranking on CoinMarketCap has gone up substantially. I believe we're in the 800s still now. And about the recent investment with Victus Capital. So we are getting news out there. That's on newsbtc.com. We have stuff on investors, investing.com, and several news publications, Fox, CBC, all the usual. So been doing a lot of stuff in the background with community building and all that kind of thing while we've been, trying to get towards that end of the development stage. Now we have these marketing companies and PR firms and things that are out there helping us now to spread the word. So pushing towards that final leg. We want this to be up and operational not too long from now, and these hackathons and things are going to start rolling out very soon. And this is our last leg to going live, right? So super excited.
Yeah, lots has been done. Looks like the most of it has been done so far, and that's good. Takes longer than we always think. I mean, look at me. It takes me like 6 years to get something done. This is crazy. But
Yeah,
NFTs, are they coming out with like a new? Since you're gonna have an L1 chain, are you gonna get like you could do your own NFT collection on the chain as well, or is that not looked at yet?
yeah, so we do have a marketplace that's going to be on chain. I have some IPs already signed up for that that are bullish projects. I can't even speak to the magnitude of a couple of them, but they're really exciting ventures that these guys have put together. So there's we are going to have that NFT market. There's going to be some special drops that are going on there, but I totally haven't mentioned. We have our 4-tier NFT collection that is available on OpenSea. The top 3 tiers sold out. We sold out our diamonds. There was 25 of those with a public mint price of 4 ETH. We had 150 carbons that sold out with a public mint of 1.2. And then most recently our green sold out. There was 350 of those and they were at 0.4. Right now we have the last tier left and they've been flying out the window. We have our gold NFTs, which are a 0.1 Ethereum. These all, give you different types of access. Currently, while we're in development, they give you access to different private channels and things with other investors, and each group has its own benefits. There's a platform that's being developed that's called Crypto Lounge that's going on the chain. That's actually going to have different gate kept rooms. So with your NFT, you're going to be able to access certain areas on that platform, and there'll be projects and things that are listed to those higher tier members ahead of the general public and things like that. But we also have, a reward system built around those groups and those private groups and the individuals in them. So there's, a huge opportunity there for anybody that's interested. I suggest come join in the community. I don't have the info up on the screen right now, so best place to come do that is in our Telegram. We have an NFT channel in there if you have any questions or anything like that, and you can get all the links to Mint and all that kind of stuff in there.
Sounds good. Anybody have any questions or comments for Jason while he's here? Put your hand up if you do. If you already know kind of everything about the project, we're good to go. If you're not on my YouTube, I suggest to follow me on YouTube. Been in the space for 7 years. I show my wallets. A lot of $1 million plus hits. You will see on my wallets on YouTube, creeping up near 40,000 subscribers. If you want to help the video out here, all you have to do, since you're already in here, is to click like on YouTube video once I post it live tomorrow. We're trying to bring new eyeballs on to the project. That's the point of this. It's not so much if we get 100 people like we used to 200 people in here. It's the fact that my videos do well in the thousands and thousands of hits on YouTube because my followers are in different time zones. Generally, if I was going to do an AMA at the sweet spot, it's probably like midnight Eastern, but I don't want to be up at midnight doing this. So, yeah, so we do have a lot of followers here at Crypto Kingdom 78, about 40,000 on YouTube. Featured in Crypto Magazine last issue as well. So we are going to bring, you'll notice when a video goes up, we are going to get price action, especially with the new Vector token. Like we're going to get new eyeballs in. Every time I put a video up, we're definitely going to see a chart move somewhat, not like it did in the bull market, of course, 2021, but eventually we're going to go into that again. And these videos are never going to come off YouTube. So the more likes we get on the video, the better it's going to come in the SEO for YouTube. That's just how they base things. But again, if you want to help support Vector, that's a 5-second job to do that. And of course, retweet, follow them on Twitter X. I still call it Twitter. I'll never get over the fact it's called X now. But yeah, so that's basically good. Good stuff. I mean, I learned a lot in an hour that I knew a lot of it, but I mean, I get a lot of DMs every day, so it's nice to know as much as I can of where we stand, where it's going, what happens to the current ETH pairing, somewhat. And yeah, we're good to go, I guess. Sounds good. What's coming, anyways.
Just one last thing I'll point out, because we've been pushing this project since the beginning, and we've had the chart go up and go down and go up and go down, and like right now we're sitting at I think around a $14-15 million market cap over the past several days, and it's people don't understand, right, that this is a huge opportunity. This is like buying into an Ethereum or a Binance with before they had their chains up and operating, right? This is like getting your hands on BNB or Ethereum for fractions of a penny, and it's not going to be like that for long. Once the full development is finalized and people are operating and on the chain, it's just going to go like hellfire, right? So anybody out there that's listening, it's not financial advice. Please do research. Come check out our website, read the white paper, come in, join the community, talk with us. So the devs are there, but we don't want you to miss out on an opportunity, right? It's up to you, what you do with your money. But yeah, this is something major, I think, that is extremely undervalued in this meme coin space. And once this utility picks up and people, you know, come out of this meme coin fog they're in and start going towards utilities and protocols and things again, that altcoin season hits, and then that's when we're in that bull run, right? So we've done this strategically to align with that entire timeline, you know. So hope to see you guys all in the community.
Sounds good. Okay, I gotta put Jason to bed, so I'll send him the video tomorrow. We'll upload it then because he needs sleep, or you know, he won't operate
Yes.
at 100%. So I
Really,
gotta tuck him in, and yeah. So thanks to everybody that came in. I know we don't get the 150, 200 anymore, like at this time, but we used to. We'll get back to those days. Of course, I don't bot my channel. You can go to another AMA and have 500 people in there, but unfortunately, about 3 are real and 497 are robots. So it's kind of pointless. So our views and actions going to come from YouTube, trying to bring new people in, and that's why I wanted you in here, just so you could explain it best. So again, thanks for coming out, and I'll send you this tomorrow once it's up and live.
Awesome, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. And thanks to everybody
Yeah,
that came
take
out
care.
to support.
Okay, night.